I want to talk to you guys about something that I focus on, which is momentum, and how you need to know how to build it. When you're building a business, you're building a sales pipeline, momentum is what continues to propel you forward. And I know you guys know what a slump is. A slump is the exact opposite of positive momentum. And you see people all the time in sports where they have momentum, a team is winning, and they're just unstoppable. You know, a quarterback is running the field down, throwing passes, and everything they do seems to connect. That's momentum. Now, the flip side to the momentum is that when you have a lack of momentum, you get caught up and you get snagged, you get stuck, you get complacent, and you can't move. And that's where most of you guys are, honestly. That's where I spent a lot of my career, stuck. I couldn't move. I felt like I was constricted. It's not a good place to be, I can tell you firsthand. I was there for a long time, on and off for about 3 to 4 years, where I would do well for a month or two, and then I would, slack off. And not like I was personally slacking off and saying, oh, I'm going to take it easy. No. What happens is you will achieve an exact relationship to the self-concept you have about yourself. So if you believe that you're worth $80,000 a year and you start to produce at that level, you think that's a good amount of money, and you start to produce at 80,000, you're going to stop there, guaranteed. And it's momentum that's going to carry you forward. It's the belief in that you can do more. So on the other side of it, like I said, if you get stuck, you have to find a way to get unstuck, right? And I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how I get unstuck. There's probably 3 or 4 tips that I'm going to give you today, but there's a whole list of them, and you can research them a little bit. How to get out of a slump is one way. When I didn't even look at it online, but I can tell you just from my own experience, the first thing that I do is I change the pattern. I change the pattern that I'm in. If every single day I go the same way to work, I wake up at the same time, I do the same thing, I become a robot. And you got to be careful not to become a robot when you're in sales, especially when you're not producing, because you don't want to continue doing the same thing. So the first thing is change the expected pattern that you have. Wake up earlier, go to the gym in the morning instead of at night. Do something different. Change the pattern that you have. That's number one. And that's the first thing that I would always try. If you get stuck and you're in a slump, you got to change the pattern, okay? So that's number one. The second one would be to start moving. Move your body. You need to get energy. You need to eat healthier. So the second part is health. It's moving your body around, which motivates you. Do you ever notice that you have the most negative thoughts right in the morning or right before you go to bed? There's studies that have been done. You have the most negative thoughts right before bed or right before you get up in the morning, or right when you get up in the morning. And that's based on momentum. You don't have momentum, and when your body doesn't move, it starts to get into a state of, relaxation. But then beyond that, because you're not moving, you literally are stuck. And so what could change that would be to wake up, do some push-ups, hit the sauna. I have a sauna at my house. That thing is awesome. If you guys don't have a sauna, go get one. You can buy the electric ones that if you don't want to install like the full-scale ones and build one into your house, you can get the electric ones, which are actually supposed to be healthier. I don't really know that, but that's going to be one example. Go to the gym, hit the sauna, hit the steam room, go get a massage if you want to. Do something different, all right? So that's the health part of it. Eat some better food, have some more energy, drink a green juice in the morning. I force myself to drink these green juices sometimes in the morning, even when I don't want to, because I know how good it's going to be for me. And, sure enough, a couple hours later, I have a lot more energy. Okay? The last part of that would be don't eat a ton of bread. I heard a guy speak that had an excellent speech about this, and now I can make sense of why no carbs diet works for people. The US is overloaded on carbs. So if you are eating a lot of carbs for breakfast, carbs for lunch, carbs for dinner, which is bread, rice, grain, any of that, pasta, you're gonna be tired because your body fills up with a certain amount. Anything above that turns to sugar. And so you will crash and you'll feel tired. That's why businesses between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. have lower production, low productivity, because people aren't moving around enough and they're eating crap food. So get that momentum back up by eating a little bit more healthy, moving around a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna give you guys one more. Let's see which one we want to make the last one. Oh, I can tell you right here. Maybe I got two more, but you got to change the group of people that you're around. I can almost promise you this has something to do with it. You're around negativity. That's the bottom line. You're spending a lot of time around negative people, and it's dragging you down. It's dragging you down. Trust me. It's the people around you that are going to make the difference in your life. You might not realize how much of an impact the people around you have. Have you ever noticed when you're around somebody that's in a bad mood and they're complaining and negative, that sometimes it puts you in a bad mood? Oftentimes it does. Maybe not you, but you can understand what I'm talking about. So be careful about who you spend time with, because who you spend time with is going to have a direct result and relationship on the attitude and mindset and momentum that you can build. So that gives you guys a little bit of, tips. Try a couple of those. I'm telling you, these work. These are things that I've personally done that I know works. So try some of these tips to gain momentum and get out of the slump. Get out of the slump. Move your body, think, act different, be around different people, and things will start to come. And let me give you one last piece of gold. This is probably the most important one. I saved the best for last in this case. It's not always best as last, but in this case, save the best for last. Okay? And how do I want to word this? It's having the mindset and the attitude of gratitude and appreciation. Appreciating every opportunity, looking at opportunities that you have. If you're not feeling well, you're still going to get out of bed and show up for work because you're so appreciative of the opportunity. You are so happy that you have a chance to go in and make substantially more money every day. I know people that will call off sick for 2 or 3 days in a row, and that is going to drown your momentum. You will lose all momentum when you don't show up for a day or two. And guess what? Then you're scrambling around like a maniac. So build momentum slowly. Do a little bit of work all the time, or a little bit of the work a lot of the time, instead of a lot of work some of the time. People like to cram a lot of work into a small amount of time, and then the rest of the time they screw off and they screw around and not making calls. Not gonna say I don't take breaks, but I'm smart about the way I do it. I'll work for 4 hours straight making calls, and then I'll take 30 minutes off if I want to, because I know I'm going to put in another 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours right after that. Hard calling. I'm on the phone, digging, pulling, pushing. Anything I can do to get that momentum up and kicking. You need that momentum firing, okay? All right, guys, that's enough. Definitely, dude, give me a comment. Let me know what I can do, what you guys want to hear about. I'm thinking about what giveaways I can do on this channel to gain some momentum, because my momentum on this channel is shit. And thanks to you guys, I do have a couple new subscribers, so I want to thank you guys that have subscribed and are coming along for the ride, because, it may not be the most entertaining, but some of this stuff is really going to help you elevate your lifestyle and elevate. If you want to get to the good life, you need to start. All right, I'll see you guys soon.